What's up, fire? My name's Kiahonfire and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today we're doing another purge video. This time we're looking at purges in the desert. So this is a more specific part of the desert that is in between the highlands and the undead city. So the oasis kind of area. There's a few purges you can get around here which are quite unique to their own, and they can only be in this area minus the rock nose one that has a wider surface. So I thought I'd cover them today because it's quite a niche one, so I would include it in this video. Give you a brighter idea of what I mean is in this little area here. You can see we have the Dogs of the Desert pack. You can see we have the Disciples of Jebel Sag also in this area. And we have the Zealots of Mitra. And I also included an Avalanche of Rock because they're nearby and they do cover the entire area. However, they do carry over to a massive extent of the map as well, so do bear that in mind, but these are included in this purge today. So there's quite a few, so it's this entire area we are covering. So we'll start off with an easy one, an Avalanche of Rock Noses. This one is pretty simple. You got a chance to get a lot of Rock Noses. Wow, who would have guessed? You also got a chance to get Corrupt Rock Noses in this one in all levels, and that's pretty much what the first wave amounts to. Also what the second wave amounts to. However, you got a chance to get the Living Mountain, which is a boss, 3 skull boss, big rock guy, very painful and a pain in the butt. And then we have wave 3, you got a chance to get a rock slide, which is also a big rock nose. That is a pain in the bum because it's also a boss, so there's another chance to get that. And then you have the normal rock noses, the corrupted rock noses, you have silver rock noses and golden rock noses. And then on the fourth wave, you got a chance to get Corrupted Rock Nose, Living Magma, Living Mountain, and again a special NPC, Living Mountain again. And then on the wave 5, you got a chance to get the Rock Slide again, and then all of the previous I just mentioned. So it can be quite a rough one, however you can get some nice materials brought to your door, so it can also be kind of worth it in a way. Next purge we're covering is Dogs of the Desert pack. So you have a pack of Dogs of the Desert coming towards you. First wave is nothing special. Archers and Fighters at T1, that's what you're going to get, and that's it. At wave 2 it gets a little bit more spicy because they include ones with fire orbs. And then at wave 3 they include a couple of special NPCs as well as their T1 to T2 Archers and Fighters. We have X-Scale the Mad, a T4 fighter, and Hunter Mario, the T4 archer, that you can also get, which I have had actually. Then when we get to wave 4, that's when it starts getting a little bit more juicy because our special NPCs are brought aboard, which means we get our crafters and all of that good business. So that's a mixture of blacksmiths, alchemists, cooks, armorers, and there doesn't seem to really be any religious ones in this time, just normal crafters. And then you have your T2 to Tier 3 fighters now, and it's pretty much the same for every difficulty in this one. Then you go to wave 5. And then you got a chance to get Aran the Howler, a T4 fighter, and Hunter Denu, a T4 archer. So you have those in that one. No crafters in that wave. When you go back to wave 6, you got the crafters included again. And that's it for that one. Wave 7, you got a chance to get Sail the Fierce, a T4 fighter, and Terra the Prowler, a T4 archer. Then in wave 8, you got again a chance to get your crafters, and you got T3 fighters armed with fire orbs in this one as well. And the final wave is wave 9. You got a chance to get T3 archers, fighters, and armed with fire orb fighters. And you got a chance to get Pulu the Bloodletter, a T4 fighter, and Taurus the Predator, a T4 archer. So that's what you get for this one. It can be pretty juicy at times actually. There's some good stuff in this one, so I would say I'd be pretty happy if I got this purge, honestly. Now we're going to look at Zealots of Mitra. Now this is what I call a high tide mess of a purge. It's like you can get literally anything and everything in this one. No joke, it's a bit nutty. There's so many different possibilities in it. But we'll start off with our waves. We have wave 1 to wave 3 in this one. Starting off with wave 1, you got a chance to get Ararath the Swift, a T4 archer. And you got a chance to get Deirdre Deathbringer, a Tier 4 fighter, Frigga False Hope, another fighter, and Hagar Hawkeye, a archer. So you got a small chance to get that. Then you have a chance to get any exiled faction ever. That includes like any exile, you know. So Hyborian, Kushite, Defari, Sumerian, name it. You got a chance to get all of those from T1 to T3. And then you have a really big chance to get a lot of T2 Mitra priests. Then you also got a big chance to get some special NPCs as well. You got Leothol Twox, Speaker of Azora, a T4 Mitra Priest that you can get. This is what is kind of nice. Then you can get tons of Mitra Archpriests and High Priests and Normal Priests. And then finally you can also get Vatendi, Confessor of Azora as well in this one, which is again a T4 Mitra Priest. So that's also, I'd say it's just like a massive purge. You got a lot of things coming at you, a lot of exiles, and then a little shamble of good bits dropped in there. Then when we go to wave 2, you got the same kind of thing going on. You got the mess. However, you got a few things you can get as well on the side of this one. For special NPCs, you got a chance to get Arik the Slayer, which is a fighter, Anna the Reaver, also a fighter, Arnos Samaria, Sira the Mad, Anika of Samaria, Cruff One Blow, Nos the Murderer, Nurus the Backstabber, Tessa the Blade, Ulrich the Beast. Now these ones are actually usually ones that come along. I don't think they're tameable from what I remember right. But you kill them and they will drop things like flawless medium gear or light. Kill them and they can give you that. That's why they're kind of nice, but you can't really tame them. Then when it gets to wave 3, it's the same kind of crazy thing. However, this time you got a list of special NPCs that you can obtain this time. So that is a nice thing. So that's the wave you probably should be most interested in out of all of them. So you have all of the previous in there. You can get all of that, minus the special fighters we talked about last time. And then you can get all of the list on screen. I'm just going to show it on screen because there's so many. You can get Ymir Priests, Mitra Priests, Decado Priests, Yogg Priests, you name it. You get loads in there, and then you got a bunch of different crafters as well of all types and variants. So there you go. That's pretty much what this purge amounts to. And like I say, I just call it the mess because it's a mess purge because you've got loads of crap in it. So yeah, it can be good. Watch out for wave 3. That's your golden wave. Next purge is Disciples of Jebel Sag Purge. Now this one is quite an interesting one because you can get 5 waves in it and lots of different bits. In the first wave, and throughout all the waves actually, you get a chance of always getting the same kind of thing. So for the animals, you actually get animals and human combination in this one. You can get black bears, deers, elks, forest kings, gorilla, grey apes, hyenas, jaguar, mountain goat, panther, saber-tooth, were hyena, wild boar, and a wolf. So look out for those. And let me just say, the deers they're like not aggressive. They're like the does you fight in the highlands. You need to be very careful with those because sometimes they will just be like hanging around and you won't know what to kill until you see it, and then you'll know that it's going to be the deer, and the deer will run away from you usually. It won't fight you. So you have to be careful with those, keep an eye out because usually it can you'll be looking around for this deer. They'll be like, why is it not attacking me? So that's kind of one kind of dumb thing in this purge, but I've warned you about it. Then you also got a chance to get some special NPCs in here. Of course, you can get a chance to get some Jebel Sag Archpriest, High Priest, and Priests. And then you got a chance to get all of these on screen right here. I'll just show you them there so you kind of get an example of what you can find in this one and what might be good for you. In Wave 2, you don't get those crafters though. Instead, it's replaced with a couple of Sag Priests. So you can get Akon the Bloodletter and Lapu the Schooler, and that's all that's different in this one. However, when we get to wave 3, this is when things start to get a little bit scary because they include werewolves. They're like a toned down version of the one you find in the Midnight Grove. However, they still can really pack a punch, and I literally got 5 of them when I was doing this wave, which was ridiculous. So they're good. They do give the Shade Bloom though, which you'll be happy to know, and again you got a chance to get your special NPCs as I showed you last time in this wave, so you know that's all that crazy stuff, and again you get all the animals as well. Wave 4 doesn't really change much from the last wave. It's all the same kind of thing in this one from wave 3, and it's the same kind of source with the wave 5 as well. So you got a chance to get everything that you need in here, all the crafters, all the animals, and the werewolves. All of that crazy stuff can all spawn in this kind of the last 3 waves of that one. So it gives you a good chance to try and get some of the crafters in this one or whatever you like, or mostly you'll be looking out for the Sag Priests, so the special named ones. Those are always nice to get in this one. But apart from that, that's all I have in this video today. Make sure to check out the after one on this one that will talk about all of these thralls more in depth and what you can get from it, etc. we'll be going over all of them in, you know, big fashion. And if you want to check out any other areas, I have covered some already. I've covered the northern zone, I've covered the highlands, and I've covered the jungle. So it's just a desert to do, really. The oases, the undead city, and all that business. So there's quite a few on the map. There's loads and loads of purges in Conan Exiles, which is very, very great because it gives a lot of variety, which I always like. So thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.